Well, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shy. Come here with me. Come here with me. Make it do what it do, what it do. Hello, everybody. I know I ain't sleep with y'all last night. I know y'all ain't wake up to me and I ain't wake up to you, but you still better say hello, even if you're hiding in the bushes, honey. Say hello and pop back in those bushes if you need to be in there. We encourage you to come on out and be with us, but if you don't want to, go ahead and say hello and pop back in those bushes. Make it do what it do, what it do. Dee Dee in the building. Angie in the building. Felicia, make it do what it do, what it do. Claudia, what's up? Sandra, hey babes, how are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Flossie, make it do what it do, what it do. Cheryl in the building. Tay, hi, how are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Happy Sunday, guys. May May, what's up? Make it do what it do, what it do. Y'all in here, okay? Y'all said I can't miss a live with Sean. Okay, what's up? I'm enjoying my day, guys. I know y'all didn't ask me, but I'm just saying I'm in an amazing mood. I'm just feeling all right, all right. Angie is speaking to everyone. What's up, guys? How's the Sunday going for everybody? We got a little bit to cover here. Not much in these streets happening, but why not make it do what it do? Miss Sugar Mama in the building. What's up? Right, Tay says. Okay, listen. Did anybody get a chance to watch Love and Marriage DC or y'all not interested? Let me know what y'all talking about. Let me know because when I get done with them and dragging them for filth, honey, y'all gonna want to go tap in, honey. Angie, the answer is no. Her butt was too flat. Who who butt is flat? Did wait a minute? Oh, y'all talking? Angie says if she get the job, y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. I'm about to say who butt is flat and who missed the memo. Okay, hey Shar, what's up, Nikki? What's up? Okay, Felicia says yes, she got a chance to watch it. Tay watched it. Okay. All right, so a couple of you guys did watch it. I thought it was interesting. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had to push a rewind and replay because I fell asleep on it. But not that it wasn't good. I just was tired. And you guys know me, I'll sleep all day if you let me sleep all day, honey. I love to sleep. Belle in the building, make it do what it do, what it do. I like it. I watched it last season. I think it's going to be a great season. Yes, it is. I believe that too. I think it's going to be good. I like it because it's more behavioral than Love and Marriage Huntsville. And like Love and Marriage Huntsville, we could say, okay, Marceau and Maurice is a little bit controlling, but Marceau and Martel really can really show their controlling behavior and they cannot hide it, right? But here with Jamie and Quicksilver, man, them brothers is a smooth mother sucker. They smooth. You hear me? Okay, what's up? Let me see. I get tired of the nonsense. I gotta talk that. I hear you. I hear you. You guys are speaking. Claudia says, I watched. Okay, Claudia, I hear you. I Ann in the building, make it do what it do what it do. Y'all put some respect on my auntie Ann name. Okay. Y'all say hello to Auntie Ann. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. I'm about to read them for filth. Okay. But first thing first, let's talk about Mel's manager, Dawn, and how she said that Martell basically brought Melody to her forefront to allow her to be in the front. Martell was the one that introduced them. And I thought to myself, I know a lot of people sugarcoat a lot of stuff with Martell. And I got some inboxes from my last live I did, and I dragged Martell through the mud, right? And I like to not be biased a lot. If you hear me, I always try to say the if, the buts, the woos, because Melody is my favorite, right? I have to admit that Melody is my favorite. However, I didn't say that she was perfect, right? I got a lot of inboxes that I'm harder than on Martell than I am on anybody else. Not that I care. I mean, I respect what you guys are asking, because why not? I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my checkmates. So again, I'm going to always take what you say in consideration. However, Martell is a guy that is wired with how do you say it? Martell is a guy that's wired with some type of can I have, right? He has to receive something in return to give, right? He's not just going to willingly put Melody out there to somebody or introduce somebody to her because this is all my opinion. I'm no type of psychiatrist or anything of that nature, right? But I will say that Martel is not going to just put her out there unless he thought that he can gain something, right? I love how Dawn just made it plain and she gave Martel his cookies and his lemonade and all that stuff so he don't go crying, right? And she don't have to put him back in that stroller that, every now and then he get out of and he just have a whole tantrum, right? So I love the fact that she gave him his credit. She acknowledged that they had some dreams and they had some things that they worked on together. It's unfortunate that he is no longer a part of that, and she's sure that that will still make him somehow upset. However, it is what the hell it is, right? Um, and like she said, Martell brought her to the forefront, recognized the star talent, and Melody has been flourishing since. Now, that was not her exact words. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm going to sum it up because it was a little long, right? And I want to make sure you guys get the picture, right? What it looks like for somebody to do something for somebody says that I'm going to do this without a cost, right? We've heard Martell go on interviews and him talking about, well, I always cared about her more than myself and I let her get all the sunshine, but then I forgot about myself. Well, I don't think that that's true, Marty Moore. I'm just going to have to tell you, I don't think that that's true. What I do know is that you are a pocket watcher, right? And you watch dollars, right? And if you feel like she can bring the 100K in faster than you, that's what you're going to go for. And the only difference now is that you know that she's capable of bringing 100K in or more, but you have a problem the fact that you're not getting a portion of that. So that's where your animosity comes towards her. That's where your rage comes from. All of that stuff comes from what I cannot gain from her being able to pour herself out. So now you want, not only do you want credibility for what you've done when you was together, now that you guys are not together, you still want somebody to give you the cookie out the cookie jar. And unfortunately, we're not going to do that. You don't deserve anything. You forfeited your own bag. And if you want those kind of coins, you're going to have to, unfortunately, go make them yourself. Now, I heard that you had a very, very, successful grass business, right? Ain't no shade in it. It was making money. That's at least what I heard. I don't know it to be true, but that's what I've heard. And you made really good money and you were out there and you were doing this and you were doing that. And I know I heard a snippet of Melody saying that she was working in that thing with you and she was helping you, rightfully so, right? But the problem comes in when you still think that you get the right to work side by side with a person that you're not with. It doesn't work like that. When you go through divorces or separation or anything of that nature, you have to be ready for what's to come. I'm going to say you wasn't ready, my friend. You wasn't ready. Okay? Yes, he is. Martell is take care of me. Yes, he is, Aunt Ann. Only the real will recognize that. Absolutely. So what I found to be interesting is he do not want to give anything to Melody free. Okay? He don't want to give anything to her free. He attached a price tag to everything. He automatically assumed if I brought you to them, then cut me off, my friend. So he don't think that Melody is allowed to walk without him. He says that she went from crawling to walking to running all on Martell's coattail. Well, we know that's not to be free. I'm true, right? We saw even Destiny say that Melody was the brains behind the operation, and that's a true fact. We saw Martell get up here and misspell things, which is not a big deal because I'm always misspelling something, you know. But what I will say is we know that he isn't the brains behind the operation. We've seen him go and forget to cover the label that he used on somebody else with his new label, Child. He just got a whole lot of foolishness going on. So we can only assume that Mel was the brains behind the operation, unfortunately. But what I want to keep it a G with you with, Martell, is because a lot of people was coming for me, right? I'm harder on you than I am Miss Melody. Not that I care. Not that I don't care what my checkmates say, but I don't care because I'm going to call a thing, an ace, and a spade, a spade. And if I don't want to hear you, I'm going to constantly say no ham, no turkey, or no bacon. And the reason why I can't get with Marty Marr is because he thinks that not only Melody, but his children also is supposed to walk around with a price tag on it. He gets to place the price tag. He gets to remove the price tag. He gets to up the price tag. And it's all on his watch. And that's the part I can't get with. Okay? So I don't owe Martell nothing like he don't owe me nothing, right? He don't have to explain his business to me just like I don't care that much for him to explain. But 1 plus 1 has always been 2. And the math ain't math, and I'm going to call that thing out. I dog walked him because he deserved it. I dragged him through the mud because he deserved it. Just as if, which I highly doubt, if Melanie get on here and show her tail times 10, I'm going to say, yo, sis, I'm going to need you to bounce it down, right? Because we as grown folks have to be ready to correct our friends' behavior. And although we don't know them personally, we don't have no relationships with them personally, I know that she's the kind of woman that can take constructive criticism. And I feel like she will accept my pop on the hand and say, no, 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 my sister. No, 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 my friend. Don't do things like that. I think like she will accept that. And I think we need to be woman enough and man enough to call our friends out, even they know us or not, and say, yo, get your stuff together. You're giving these people too much attention. You're giving them too much to talk about, too much energy, okay? They ain't paying nothing. They can't do nothing for you, sis. Back the hell off. I think that that's where she will be, okay? So for the ones that was in my inbox, I love you. I do. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat bummish behavior when it's happening. He's moving like a sucker. He's acting like a sucker. He's presenting himself as a sucker. And there's no man in him, if you get my drift. And I don't have to sugarcoat that. Because men are not going to willingly try to take out of their children's mouth, right? Men will give their ex-wife, current wife, whatever wife, credit for them being able to take care of their children and don't need a dime from them. But instead, he done made up in his mind somehow so much, knowing he don't pay no child support allegedly, and in my opinion, knowing he don't pay no type of child support, to still think that he can do whatever he wants and say whatever he wants, knowing dang on well the favor that she is given, really he don't deserve. She's giving him multiple favors. She ain't down there at the courthouse filing for child support. She's not fighting back and forth with you. Only thing she is fighting for is you ain't getting full custody of my children. But I think she handled herself pretty well. You know, other than me, because I would have had to go toe to toe with you. But see, I'm not her and she's not me. I haven't been saved that long to say I'm not going to go back and forth with him. I'm going just where you want me to go. Okay? All right. But the blessing that she continues to give you and the grace that she continues to extend to you, and you still get your behind up there and disrespect her every single chance that you get, and put your hands out every single chance that you get. That's why I dog walk you through the mud the way I do. That's why I can't get with that. Now you turned around and said, you know, Shar, you're right. You know, I be just reaching. You know, I be reaching and I be pushing and I be trying to, you know, always say this lady owed me something, instead of just saying that I was her husband at some time and my job was to push her to the forefront, just as well as her job was to push you to your highest potential. That's what you do. But now that the dynamics of our relationship has changed, I don't owe her nothing and she doesn't owe me anything. The best that we could do is co-parents our children, and that is the best results that we're going to get. But no. Marty Moore would get out there and says, well, you know, I put myself on the back burner because I loved my wife. You know, I loved her. And, you know, one of the things is I hid in the shadows because, no, you hid in the shadows because you couldn't do better than that. That's why you hid in the shadows. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay. You couldn't do nothing for her that she couldn't do for herself. What would have helped her in the moment of her popping out this baby would have been you staying home. 1, you stop sticking your thing where it don't belong. 2, you acknowledging that she is an awesome woman and a great mother to your child. I think we on 4. If we not, back it up to 3. But I think we on 4, right? But no, you couldn't even do that. Instead, you cried about the thing that she wasn't sitting on. Okay? I'm going to make it PG-13 today. Okay? That's what you cried about. And then you said, I could take back all my small complaints if I would have thought that thing over. Your ding ding wouldn't allow you to think that thing over. Your thing is the thing that the very same thing that you use to poke is the very same thing that strangled your relationship. And I hope the next time around, you know, I hope you get help before you go into the next round. But the next time around, I hope that you think things over. I hope that you take the time that you need to heal before you bring somebody else into that circle or that space. Because right now, you are in a dangerous space. And unfortunately, anybody that come in contact with you will definitely feel what you are feeling. Hurt, pain, an unaccountable man, a man that thinks that he is in control of everything, a man that thinks that he done no wrong, he do no wrong, he is not wrong. And most of all, a man that needs his ego stroked on a regular basis. That's a problem for me. I don't have that kind of energy to stroke a man's ego like that. And you can take that to the bank and cash it. I guarantee you it will not bounce. I will not be striking anything once I build you up, okay? I will not do that, but to each his own. If I tell you you're a great husband, God dang it, take it and leave it, okay? I'm not going to keep doing that every day, patting your back, baby. I love you. No, you know I love you. I'm showing you I love you, and I tell you I love you on a regular basis. I'm not going to keep telling you I love you because you need that, okay? If you need that much validation or your ego stroker, you're going to have to go get your mama to do that because that's too much for sure, okay? And I'm sure that's draining too. I got you, Claudia. I got you. I'm just trying to keep it cute, but I'm also trying to get my point across because the reality of it is we give too much credit to these whining behind men. If we stop cradling them and we stop allowing them to think, there's nothing wrong with grooming your man and taking care of your man. Don't get it wrong because I does the thing when I do it, right? But what I would say is, I'm not going to keep babying you. You're past that point. The Bible says, when I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, a grown folks, I put away my childish behavior, which means that I no longer whine for things that's out of my control, which means that I'm no longer driven by the penis that sits on the inside, which means that I'm no longer driven by the things that somebody gives me or the financial portion of it that somebody has granted me, which means that I'm not going to just do and love on my significant other because they are given. It's simple. And I stand on that. You know what I mean? I am not driven by the things that the world can give me. And when we in it, we in it. But when we not, we not. But we still should be grown folk enough to say, see, Martell, you're the one. This is going to be hard for you. So if you ever run across my video, listen, this right here is going to be hard for you. But I want you to listen. Put your earphones off. Turn everything on the outside on mute, right? This is going to be hard for you because I know you don't like accountability. But check it. Stay with me. You ruined your own marriage by chasing cuckoo. You went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let me say it again, right? For the ones in the back that says, give them a chance. No, we're not going to give them a chance. Thank you for the $5 super sticker. You ruined your own marriage because you went cuckoo for the coochie, right? You had no balance, you lost control, and you crashed. That's what you did. Again, that will be a you situation, not a Melody situation. She do not have to pay for your premature decisions. Bottom line. And we're not going to sugarcoat that. Once a cheater, always a cheater. The only way that you can actually heal from cheating if you take some accountability. But you're still sitting up here talking about something. Well, she could have did some stuff too. No, just say that I was horny and my wife coochie was tired. And because her coochie was tired, I couldn't get the punani that I wanted. Bottom line. And if you say that, we can accept that better than what you've been given. So no, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I love you, checkmates, to the ones that send me the messages, but no, I'm not going to go soft on my brother. He needs to hear it just the way I'm giving it, raw style. Okay? Martel want to stay home and play Mr. Mom and collect child support so he don't have to work and can control when she can see the kids, and mainly she have to come through him to see them. Absolutely, Cheryl. Thank you, I am, for the $9.99. Appreciate you to the 10th power. Only ABK says Martel is lazy as hell. Ann says, I know that's right. Exactly. Raw style. Tell them again. Say that again. I got you, Belle. I got you. Ann says, yes, Shar, you preaching on this Sunday. I got you. That's what we're here for. Okay. Hey, Shar in chat. What's up, sugar? What's up? Belle says that thing got him got him in trouble, child. Laid them out and stretched them out. Say that again. I got you, Claudia. I'm here. Preach to teach, Shar. I'm here for it, honey. Listen, which leads me to my next point. Let me fit my phone on the charger because I don't want to lose y'all. I want y'all to stay with me, right? And I don't know if it's a love and marriage thing. I don't know if the people that's, picking these cast member out, are controlling themselves, but there's something wrong. There's something in the water. There's something ain't right, okay? These men is controlling as hell. Call it what you want. Bias if you want. I'm going to call a thing, okay? And the reality of that is, looks like some people cannot get through their minds that Mel is not going to put up with bad behavior. Say it again, Belle. And here's it is. I don't know if it's the people that's picking these people out or what, but these men are kind of sick to watch. And the woman is even sicker, if that's a word, to watch. Okay. I've known that in my younger days, I was stupid as hell. I'll say that with my whole 40 double D. Okay. I was stupid. I did some stupid stuff and I put up with a lot of stupid. Okay. With that being said, I think the keys are downstairs. I didn't bring them up here. Um, with that being said, but like I said, I did them things like when I was in my 20s, right? I didn't have I don't have time for that now. I did that when I was in my 20s where I just accepted any old thing, okay? And made everything look good. But as grown folks, we sit around here, the Bible says that honor thy mother and their father and your days will be longer, right? Here's the reality that is. It also says do not provoke your child to wrath. And what I saw yesterday on that screen with Mr. Jamie was sickening. We are not in the ancient days where our parents always win. Now, yes, honor thy mother and thy father. But why did you even bother him? You pulled out his text messages and embarrassed him, okay? He is a young man, and we know that young men do not like to be embarrassed. Now, was he entitled? Absolutely. He was a little entitled. He thought y'all owe him something. I couldn't believe that he was sitting there talking about something. Well, only asked y'all to pay my ticket. The ticket that you got, boy, bye. Okay. No, you got that ticket. Now you go to your girlfriend that you said that's been there for you and she loves you so very much because your ping ping all wet, right? And you feeling all tinkly in the inside, right? You go to her and tell her to pay that ticket. I don't have to do that for you. And if I have in the past, guess what? That was my choice, but I'm not required to do that. You are a young adult who can and you are a willing, able body. With that being said, you're my child, but I'm setting boundaries. However, I do not think that Jamie should have approached him at his brother party. I think there's a place and a time for everything. You could have let that child enjoy his brother's party, as you said. Urana said herself that your brother would have his brother would have been looking for him. He couldn't even enjoy the party because you felt like you was gonna get your point across. You ain't gonna rise up on me. You ain't gonna say what you want to say with me. I'm a police officer. Who gonna disrespect me? Because you couldn't take that. I saw the red all in your face, honey. You couldn't take that. You was like, ooh, you gonna rise up on me? I'm a police officer. You don't rise up to the law. Oh, he rose up on you? Yes, he did. He put the law to sleep. You understand that? Yeah, he did you like that. You know why? Because you don't even know how to separate home from work. Woo! Come on, somebody. So he gets the detective, he gets the questioner, he gets the I don't know about police terms, but I'm just throwing it out there, right? He gets the officer, well, what happened here today, sir? Could you tell us what happened here today? No, baby, I noticed you've been off. No, baby, you're struggling. No, baby, you might need to see somebody. All he gets is the officer, in my opinion. I'm gonna need you to take your blue suit off, right? Your accolades. I'm gonna need you to put all that stuff down, and I'm gonna need you to attend to your hurt child. And that scene, your child was hurting, he was bleeding, he was crying, and he was actually on the edge. And I couldn't believe that Erana sat there and allowed it. But let me tell you why she allowed it. Because here we go with these silly women, okay? Where everything is allowed because that's my husband, right? Now I'm going to assume because I don't know her like that. Maybe she addressed it off camera. I don't know. But we saw her say, oh, your dad's not like that. We saw her jump up like it was a marathon. Like, did I put the food out? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? What happened? You upset? The moment that she saw a crinkle on the top of his forehead, she jumped up, which means that she's used to walking on eggshells. She's used to getting up, getting his graphics before hers. She knows she better have everything in order because he's going to flip the tables. All allegedly, in my opinion. But you're unable at this point to care for your and be a mother to your child. You know why you can't be a mother to your child is because of this. You're too afraid of what Jamie's going to say and what he's going to do to you behind the scenes, child. That's just my opinion. You're too afraid. Yeah, you're too afraid. And here's the thing. You have to learn how to separate the two. I'm not telling you to not be attentive to your husband's feelings. I wouldn't tell you how to do that, right? But ADR, what's up? Checking in, click click that like button. Morning, Tink, Miss Shar, Mod, Sunday, Sunrise, Chatter. What's up, ADR? But here's the thing. She was not able to be attentive to any of it. You know why? Because she was, and I've been there and done that, and I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I've been in situations where I worship the ground a nigga walk on, okay? I've been in situations where I couldn't even sleep because I thought in my sleep that I did something out of whack and that I did something wrong. Did I get the milk? Did I get the cheese? Did I pack the lunch? I was always on eggshells because the individual was so angry all the time, right? So mad all the time that I couldn't even be attentive to the things that I needed to be attentive to because I was walking in his shadow. And that's just the real deal, right? So oh Lord have mercy. When I saw Erana, like, what happened? I see a wrinkle on your forehead. I said, damn, you ain't even noticed that your son was hurting. You just went straight to your husband with the wrinkle on top of his forehead. I said, sis, it would suck to be you. It would suck to be you. But God, you better say that. It would suck to be you that you didn't even notice that your son was struggling on that rooftop or whatever the hell thing they was on. You couldn't even see that. The moment that you was talking to Ashley, like, well, I jumped in and when he said we don't do nothing to him. Well, he needed you before that. He needed you to correct his dad before that. How many times have you been sitting in his dad back pocket and you couldn't see that your son is struggling? Your son need more from you than to stand by your husband. And if you and your husband got to have a conversation off camera or behind scenes, you need to. Your husband was pushing up on him like he was a murderer off the street, like he was a gangbanger off the street. Now I understand, let them know I'm the father and you're the child. I do, but he's a young adult who was definitely crying out, who needed you in that moment. And the most you could do was, don't play with me. I'm Papa Bear. And I win everything because I'm an ex-police officer. That's the most you can do. He is, Felicia. He is. That man is, listen, I was scared of him, okay? He is scary as hell. And he has anger issues. I know that she does not have a voice. See, let me tell you something about somebody like him, right? They're a little buffed, right? So him, you would have to choke him the hell out. I'm just saying, right? You would have to say, folks, meet me around the corner. We're going to mask up on him, right? Because see, that nigga right there, he another kind of breeder. He dangerous. You hear me? And it's all allegedly in my opinion because I ain't no type of psychiatrist or nothing of that nature. But I'm going to call a thing a thing. Okay? The way he rose up on that son, like he was like God himself, that was embarrassing and humiliating. Young boys like to be heard, not humiliated. And I'm not telling you that you don't have to keep rising up on him. But what did I don't want to call him the blind boy, but look what Jason said about him. I don't want to tell my dad because he's going to be mad. Damn, you can't even be like genuine to your son that's blind. You're that controlling that you're going to be mad with this baby that he wants some type of independence. Nothing. It's like, yo, what's up? And the reality of that is that Erana, you're going to be held accountable for this. They're going to grow to hate you, unfortunately, because you did nothing to stop it. Because your only mission is, I got to make sure the lunch is packed. I got to make sure that everything's in order so Jamie don't get mad. Hell with Jamie. Your kids is broke and disgusted, and they need you right now. Come up off that ding dong that Ashley said that you're not getting and attend to your grown children, so that this stuff doesn't spill into their 50s and 60s and they still think that they're old enough and they're entitled to something that they're not. See why your child, as a grown young boy, I think they said 25 or 26, is crying out like that. She's sitting there like, oh, they always had an issue. They always had trouble. But why? Do you ever care to know why? Did he cut? Like, what's going on? I'm a mother of boys and girls, but y'all know my boys, they hold close to me. Like they a shadow to me. And because of that, I'm always attentive to the way they're feeling. I'm always attentive to what they're going through, their emotions. My son is in Connecticut. I can feel when he goes through something right here, all the way in Jersey. And I just shared on my Facebook. My daughter came to me the other day and was like, you're my issue. And because I'm connected to the power source, I was ready and waiting for that response. It wasn't disrespectful. Of course not, no, because we don't do that. But it was something that needed to happen. It needed to be said, and I was ready for the task because the Lord has already prepared me long ago. I was just waiting for her to get the courage to say, "You're my issue." So it's not an impossible task. All you need is two willing participants. And Jamie, in my opinion, is unwilling to do anything that would denounce his manhood. He like one of them people that struggled in grade school that everybody was like, yo, you got small man syndrome. So when he got big enough to fight his own battles, now he forget that you didn't even got to fight like you that child no more. It's corny. It's whack. It's lame. You looking crazy out here. And even when your child was sitting in that hallway and the producers or whoever the hell, the cameramans or whoever came and got you, the first thing you remember was, I'm not going to look like no fool on these cameras. So don't pop up to me. Instead of you taking your son and hugging on him in that moment of hurt and distress and anger, that baby is coming from a hurt place. But no, you the king of the kingdom, and everybody got to stroke your ding ding and your helmet and your officer suit. I'm not stroking anything. I'm gonna chew you up every freaking time. Sorry, excuse. It does nothing good to you. The fact that it was a two-parent home and you still the same jerk you was when they was two. Somebody got to make this thing make sense. Too proud, Felicia. Say it again. Too proud. And the same with my children. Right, Tay? Let them know. Hey, y'all, I'm listening in the bushes. What's up, pretty brown eyes? I appreciate you much. It's like, come on, like y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. But I'm done chewing them out because it wasn't too much to happen with this episode. That just, like from Erana going to Ashley's house and telling Ashley's, like, they always had this issue. And this is when I stepped in. Erana, get a backbone. He's not going to like it. He's going to definitely sit there and he's going to try to make you feel like the worst person in the world. But you're going to have to get a backbone. You're going to have to stand up for what's right and not just because he's your husband. God will work the rest out, but you just stand up for what's right. Just like I can commend you for you going and talking to Jason and saying, I'll try to talk with your dad. I'll try to set the atmosphere for him because that baby was scared also. Are we missing this? He said, I want her to talk to my dad because I know that my dad will be angry with me. Now on something he having a party this season and everybody like, oh, I'm going to support him. No, you went back and look at that camera scene and he was like, yo, I look like a straight jerk, but it is what the hell it is. We understand it. We also understand it's reality TV, so a lot of things get cut, clipped, and pasted, right? With that being said, move right along to Mr. Quicksilver and Mrs. Ashley, okay? Ashley is a clapper. She naturally is a clapper. She will clap the hell back. She will make your head spin, okay? Mr. Quicksilver is a faker. He's not real authentic, in my opinion, right? He's another one with a chip on his shoulder. I told you I don't know where the hell they get these men from, but it is what the hell it is. We're gonna go with it, right? He is like, look at me. He was a child, in my opinion, who suffered from nobody giving him attention in the classroom. Okay. And now that he has all this attention on him, he is like so excited. And he's like, look, I told y'all from when I was a little boy that I will finally make it and everybody will see me, like give me my rewards and acknowledge me. And finally, you can look at me as just Quicksilver. Finally, it's me. But you waited, what, 30 something years to be this guy. And now that you're here, you can't hear or see anything but your position as the DJ. You don't even know who you are outside of DJing. You have already turned a blind eye to a husband. You've turned the blind eye to being a father. You've turned the blind eye to anything outside of that. The only reason why you are into it, in my opinion, is because it will bring you more recognition. That's what I believe. I believe that if Ashley and your relationship was not on TV, you would have been gone a long time ago because you only care about building Quicksilver. You don't care about being a husband. Like she said, you took a little break because that's what she brought to your attention. Then you went right back. And don't try to use that thing. I got to pay the bills. I got to pay. We know that already. Tell us something we don't know. We know that you got to pay the bills. But God is the provider, which means that you have to be okay and content at some point with enough being enough. And let me tell you something. When I used to work in the facility as a CNA, whoo, child, they was the years, right? I did it for many, many, many years. Okay. I was never home. My prayer was, Lord, give me a weekend off. Give me a space that I won't have to work overtime like a dang on person off, like, oh my God, like a maniac, right? That was my prayer. It wasn't enough for me not, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't enough then for me to like take off from work. So I never took off. I never took my vacation time. I never did any of that stuff. I just work, 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 work. That was what I did. But my prayer got honored. So here we are years later. I don't work nobody weekends or holidays, right? And I definitely don't even sign up for nobody's overtime, not at all. Because God honored my prayer. And because I was obedient and honest and I handled my gift diligently, then now my reward is you just got a free schedule. Your schedule is flexible. You can do, as you please pretty much. And this is your reward. I honored your prayer because I knew your heart. So Mr. Silva, in my opinion, he doesn't know how to one go to God and say, Lord, I need help with this because my wife is struggling with me not being available for her physically, emotionally, and mentally, and all that good stuff. He doesn't know how to go to God first and say that, right? And I understand some people don't. But you really, the bigger problem is that you don't see nothing wrong with you only seeing you. Let me say it for the ones in the back. You don't see nothing wrong with you only seeing you, and you live in a house with your wife and your children. I wouldn't be able to sleep around a nigga like you. And that's period. You mean to tell me that I'm laying right in the bed with you and you don't have no type of tinkling going on down there that would say, this is my wife? You mean to tell me that you wake up to me every morning and you don't have no desire to just pick me the hell up? I'm fine as hell. What you mean? I get it. You can only see you. It's a dangerous space that you in, Ashley. And this is only the beginning. But when it do go the way it's going to go, because I'm trusting in God for marriages, right? But if it do and if it don't, that's your business, right? But if it do, there's going to be a whole lot of detangling that you're going to have to do because you suppress the way you're feeling to make sure he's okay. And that is not okay. Tell that nigga how it is, okay? I don't appreciate you getting up working 100 jobs. I don't appreciate you leaving me here with these kids all the time. I don't appreciate that you not going down because you're tired and exhausted. I don't appreciate you being on the job Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, holidays, and everything else. You're going to have to make some time or I'm going to make some changes. Okay? So, with that being said, you have to put on your big girl panties and you have to stand on your word. We get caught up in I'm the wife, I'm the wife, I'm the word wife. Okay, and what happens after you become the wife? Now you have to be a wife full of reasoning, full of a voice, a wife that's and I'm tired of people saying you gotta be submissive. Submissive does not mean be quiet or shut up. That's not what that means. Submissive says that as long as you are leading me according to the word of God, I'll listen. But you ain't gonna lead me to an empty well, and that's on God. Okay? Ain't nobody gonna lead me to an empty well. Know that. Okay? I'm not gonna allow nobody to. But if you are leading me to a well that's, oh, this is my lifestyle. I ain't saying it's everybody else, but this is my lifestyle. I can get with you if you're leading me to a well that's full of accomplishments, full of growth, full of accountability, full of all those good accolades, then I can get with you. And I can be a little bit more submissive. But I'm not going to bow down to a nigga that can't bring nothing but a financial support. I need more than that. Because I can't take the money and put it down below and make it do what it do. I can't make the money make my head spin. Okay? Y'all don't want me to get into all that. But here's what I will say. It's going to be a long road for her if she don't start setting stuff now. Okay? They're going to be at the divorce table sooner than later. Okay? And I said that with my whole double D. Okay? So I don't take what's their name? Clifford and them. I don't take them serious yet. I gotta see more. I think it was an opportunity for them. And they just jumped in there and they saw it, and that's what they're doing. I don't take it serious yet. To each his own. If y'all believe it's going somewhere, I don't. Just from a little bit I saw, I'm like, no way, no ham, no turkey, no bacon. I don't believe it's going nowhere. I believe she's another opportunist. As a female, she's a very opportunist, and she's all for what she can get and what she can gain. And unfortunately, I believe that this guy is ready to be this family guy with his children and all this stuff. I don't think she's going to slow down her career to be this woman that he wants her to be. It's my honest opinion. Don't mean there's some truth. I could be wrong, but it's just what I observed. Let me see what y'all say in this comments, okay? You better say that, Bella. I told you I got something for you, sis. I know that's right. Empty nope. I can't do it. I can't do it. You won't lead me to hell. It's a hell no for me. I could be. Oh, wait a minute. It could be these men got time elsewhere. I'm just men don't like women acting as if they're men. They're men, right? Tay, say that again because I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. He not making no music. Harpo, where is that? I know that's right. JMB JMB signature says, hi all, what's up? Make it do what it do, what it do. Angie says, hit that like button and subscribe. 70 in the chat and only 55 likes. Y'all almost there, but not quite yet, honey. Not quite yet. Um, I got you, May May. Let's see, but he wants to wait a minute, he wants you to go down. You can't make this up. Exactly. It's a no for me. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Go down on yourself, get your finger ready, get your lotion out, whatever you need. But it's going to be a no for me. If you can't be available for me mentally and emotionally, and all the other ways that you can even acknowledge, I'm also unavailable. I'm so tired of people being available for unavailable people. We have to learn how to be unavailable if they unavailable. If you check out, I'm checking out with you. It is what the hell it is. Until we can have a conversation to get back on the same page, I can't do that. I'm not in that headspace. Felicia says, thank you. Let's see. You guys are speaking. Kathy, hi, welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. It's always like that. You better know it, Aunt Ann. Hey, everyone. ADR says, let me see. Last season on his live IG, he told his backstory with a serious mom abandonment. Oh, serious mom abandonment issues. Missy Rayner has her self-esteem issues, pursuit for perfection, to be a black Barbie addicted to surgery. What? Is she ADR? News to me. But guess what? I ain't even know all that. And let me tell you, it shows. It shows. She came walking down that step all sashaying like that was the only care in the world. How clever she was gonna walk down them steps, honey, and just make sure that she ain't have a piece of fat to shake on her. Child, it shows. I said, now what the hell in the hopscotch we got going on here? Okay, a blind man can see she's struggling. But again, when you mess with a nigga like him, he probably tear her so far down. He probably be like, he looked like one of them gladiators men that throw her around the house. I'm just saying. I ain't saying he do, but y'all, I can imagine what she go through behind them closed doors. Woo, child, we praying for you. We praying for you. No matter how old your kids are, they still need love and support. You better say that, Cheryl. And he failed to do so. I can tell you Ashley ain't scared of quick. LOL, she got that bring it bring it attitude. I agree with that. I don't think she's scared, Felicia. I think more so with her, she just want to keep the peace. I don't think she's scared at all. Hey everyone, they said hello. I'm driving. Okay, pretty brown eyes. You talking? He acts. They're bullies. Yes, I don't know where they get them from, Tay. I don't know. PK Joe says, hey, pretty brown eyes. Hey, I'm in the bushes too. Eating dinner. I hope that women pay attention to what you say because it is so one who needs to hear this. Oh yeah, Belle. I hope they do too. It's wait a minute, it's his way or no way, and the wife is scared. I got you, Felicia. Somebody is scared. Whether they scared or afraid of the outcome, something is definitely happening. I hear he was a hot mess, and I believe it. And I believe it. He always asking for his love. Exactly. And that baby, let me tell you something. That baby needs not only his dad, but his mother too. And if she's never stepping up for him, she definitely needs to step up now. That baby is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous tactic. And I'm afraid, excuse me, I'm afraid for this child because that cry that he leashed out was like, I'll get into anything. And he sat there and was like, well, I had a hookup. If you had the hookup, why the hookup ain't tell you that he was, why put a child that's already struggling with who he is and's been a whole mess up his entire life so much? Why put him through that? Your hookup should have told you that they require a background check. When you say a hookup, that means that he can get you in without the background check. You shouldn't have put that baby through it knowing that his background was going to be an issue. He thought he was about to be something finally. And yeah, it ain't your fault, but it is your fault because that's where he's going to point it at. He's like, man, you knew this. You already knew it was coming. You like to humiliate me. Why couldn't you see that? Even though it was not your fault, but it is your fault because when you say hookup, the hookup should have told you that we're not going to waive the background check. And then you would have known we ain't even going to take this because this is going to hurt my son's manhood. But instead, you still put that child through all that. So every bit of excitement, he was like, finally, I'm going to be the man my dad ever called me to be. You snatched that from him by not keeping it 100 with him. And the person that said that it was your hookup lied to you. Or you failed to even, you probably was like, God can do whatever he want to do. No, don't put children through that when they're already struggling with the man, the inner man inside of them. I'm just saying. The daddy is too proud. Say that again, Felicia. Say that again. Okay, I think I read all of them. Let me go back down. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Marcel has said many of times that he took money to close saw from hotel when hotel wasn't available. Does this sound like hotel was trying to break up the Snots marriage? Mrs. Snots. I don't know what I think I missed something. Betty, I think I missed something because I'm trying to find out what you're speaking of. Felicia says security will be an issue. That's a background check. Also, Felicia, he knew that. I don't know where this brother head was at. So no, it wasn't his fault completely, but he could have done something to spare that child's feelings, and he didn't. Everyone needs to stop to supporting. Let me see. Let me see. Wait a minute. Everyone needs to stop supporting Carlos. Every show has a theme to it. The men run as a mock. Bell, I'm telling you, I've seen that on this show. Something is, it has to be a Carlos thing. These men are controlling. These men are very dominant. Their women don't have a position in their lives. I like to see what this is going to look like with this gospel show because now you're coming into an era, and I saw his interview with DJ Richie, and he started talking about who his pastors was, and he was like sure to put that out there, and I was like, there's something behind this mentioning your pastors. I never heard him mention his pastors. If he did, I never heard it. Sarah Jakes and Sarah Jake's husband, which is escaping me right now. But he mentioned that, and I'm like, okay, so you're not only trying to gain the world of loving married people, now you're trying to gain the world of the gospel people. And Lord, that's a whole nother world. Listen, everybody's gonna be held accountable, and no sin is greater than the other. However, I will say that now you're trying to get into another element, and now you're gonna play a dangerous game, and you might play yourself, okay? But I'm praying for deliverance, honey. I'm praying for deliverance. Child of God, police should have told them his background. Exactly. Ex police should have told him about his background. Absolutely. Tay says, listen, if a child's always asking if something's wrong, sit down and talk. Give him a hug. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ann says, yes, you're right. Thank you, Ann. Hit that like button and subscribe. Greetings. Robin says, greetings. What's up? He could have waited to talk to his son. Yes, he just had to do something for the cameras. That was corny, it was lame, and it was whacked, honey. Claudia says, I lived in the DMV. Quick is very arrogant and has an early morning radio show. He did start a DJ school in a rough part of DC. Don't listen to him. He talks too much for me and not enough music. Claudia, tell him again. Exactly what you just said. It's a Carlos thing. Yeah, Tay, it has to be. I said I wasn't going to watch that show. Nikki, you better get on it, honey, because we here for whatever. um, their oldest son has an addiction and jail issues. From last season, son also tended to make rash decisions. Jamie slash son often were estranged. No excuses, but parents seem fed up with the addict. Oh yeah, I can. I didn't know all of that, but you can probably sense that. You know what I mean? You can sense that. That something else is going on and they are fed up. It's just a proper way in doing everything, right? We could be fed up with our children and start boundaries. We just don't have to humiliate them while doing so. That's all I'm saying. Did Monica and her husband leave Love and Marriage DC? Oh, Monique, sorry. Monique, yes, they did. They're gone. I have never watched it. I've tried, but no go. Boring. Betty, you should try it this season. I like that first episode. It was very informative. And it's a break from Love and Marriage Huntsville, honestly. Carlos like mess. I pray Joe and Cliff leave the show before Carlos destroy their marriage with the mess. That's what I was thinking. Child, they stay here. They might not make it to the owl. He cried like a child being told no, something is not right. Tay, you better say that. I'm in DC. I totally agree. Got you. Yeah, he did. He looked like something was going on. Absolutely. Not on TV. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Angie. Well, folks, that's all I got for y'all today. I just came through real quick for a little banger. You know what I mean? If y'all not watching Love and Marriage DC, y'all need to tap into it because we here for whatever. And while we out here still in these Huntsville streets, we still watching them, honey, with our magnifying glass. They not they're not getting away with let me see, they're not getting away with anything, but we here. But while we're watching them, we're also picking up on Love and Marriage DC, and we here for whatever else. Listen, if you are here under the sound of my voice, hit the like button, subscribe. You aren't subscribed, because I promise you won't be disappointed. It's your life, honey. It's the choice that you have to make. I love you, checkmates. Until next time, bye.